Mob boss John Gotti is reportedly selling his stamp collection from behind bars. The Daily News reports that members of the Gambino crime family, under orders from the Dapper Don, are selling stolen postage stamps. Word is they're charging a bulk rate to newsstands and groceries around the city.
A deal may be underway tonight for the conditions of surrender for fugitive cocaine lord Pablo Escobar. Tonight, Escobar's family is trying to find safe haven after being refused entry into Frankfurt, Germany. The family was under government protection, but Colombian officials threatened to withdraw bodyguards if Escobar did not surrender. Escobar reportedly said that he wanted his family out of Colombia if he turns himself in. Escobar is the leader of the Medellín cocaine cartel and one of the world's most hunted men. He surrendered 2 years ago and then escaped. Well,
thank you, Jeff. Police in Manhattan made a big catch. They arrested 3 men for trying to rob a couple of West 11th Street, One of the suspects, Robert Cintron, weighs 504 pounds. Now, police say that he drove the car while his 2 accomplices tried to rob the couple at gunpoint. The husband was shot in the foot when he refused to give up his money.
And in the Cypress Hills section of Brooklyn, 3 men armed with automatic weapons made off with $25,000 in an armored car heist outside a beer distributor. Police said the robbers were waiting for the armored car outside the Ski Wholesale beer outlet, surprised a driver from behind, then disarmed the guard protecting the money. They escaped by car, no shots were fired, and no injuries were reported.
And police are looking for 3 gunmen who turned a bus ride to Providence, Rhode Island into a ride of terror. The passengers and the driver were robbed shortly after the bus left Washington Heights. Jim Dolan now has the story of this unexpected stop.
A terrified mother carried her 9-month-old baby back to the bus where their night of terror began. Shortly after the first time these 2 boarded the Gonzalez Company bus this night, headed for Providence, Rhode Island, they were hijacked at gunpoint and robbed. One female on the bus was pistol whipped. Through a translator, the driver told the story.
They put a gun on his head. You know, there was 3 guys with guns and took everybody jewelry and, you know, they took everything, monies and everything.
One female passenger was struck in the face by one of the males who stated, "I want to see blood."
She said that's all she had.
And so they hit her?
Yes.
Clavis, one of the passengers on the bus, still terrified from the ordeal, did not want to appear on camera as she recounted the terrifying moments of the hijacking.
Those 3 guys came out with 3 guns and everything. They took everything away from us and everything. That's it.
What did they say?
They say if we look at him, they're gonna kill us or something like that.
They said if you look at them, they will shoot you.
Yeah.
During the robbery, the driver was told by one of the gunmen to follow a certain car onto the Major Deegan. When that car pulled over here in the Bronx, the 3 gunmen got out of the van and took with them $6,000 to $8,000 in cash and jewelry and the keys to the van. The woman who was pistol whipped was not seriously hurt. She spent the night in the hospital. At the 50 precinct in the Bronx, Jim Dolan, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
It has been a busy day for agents of the Special Services Bureau of the Abilene Police Department. A raid at a local motel this morning netted police some marijuana and also some suspects. In all, 7 suspects from California and Arizona are in custody tonight. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you very much for being with us. It was a bizarre turn of events today for Abilene narcotics officers. It all started out as a routine drug raid, but got bigger when one of the suspects inadvertently fingered several other suspects. The drug bust in the 5300 block of South 7th Street at mid-morning netted agents 7 suspects and a quantity of what they believe was cocaine and marijuana. Now, one of the suspects wanted to talk to an uncle and gave officers a phone number. They traced the number, which led them here to the Lamplighter Motel on South 1st Street. There, officers took 4 other men into custody and discovered a small amount of marijuana at the time of the arrest. All 4 were taken before an Abilene Peace Justice, Sam Mata, who set their bonds at $500 apiece on the charges of marijuana possession and also charged them with possession of Class B marijuana. Now, all 7 people arrested in the house on South 7th Street were charged today with possession of cocaine with intent to deliver and also possession of marijuana. Bond for each of them was set at $25,000. The investigation by police is continuing tonight.
There's a neighborhood in San Jose that could be better classified as a drug war zone. The area has one of the highest crime rates in the city, but an anti-drug program is now giving the residents hope for a better life. Isabel Duran reports.
It's just a half-mile long street in South San Jose. The residents on Round Table Drive nourish the same hopes and dreams found on any street in this town. But there's fear here, too.
It's dangerous. I wouldn't be on the street at nighttime. Why? Even if I had to. Because they do a bunch of drugs.
The police statistics show that the neighborhood around Round Table Drive is ranked third highest in the city for drug arrests, mostly crack-related. Also, in this first 6 months of the year, the area recorded 77 burglaries and theft, 10 robberies, 5 rapes, and 110 assaults.
You moved from Alum Rock over here trying to escape what?
It was a bad neighborhood, a lot of drugs, a lot of things happening, shooting.
Have you found any peace?
No.
Teresa Sincero's apartment was vandalized 2 nights ago. She was one of the few in her building willing to talk about her fears. Up and down the street, people try to ignore what's happening in broad daylight, hoping it doesn't touch their kids, knowing better.
Well, I would walk down the street, I would see people dealing, and I would go on about my business.
One property owner is trying to spruce up her 3 apartment buildings. Maria Medeiros, who speaks limited English, evicted 7 people in past months.
Some know drogas, some I think have drogas, but I don't see.
Help is coming for Maria Medeiros and the residents of Round Table Drive. Project Crackdown has targeted the neighborhood for cleanup. A $1.3 million anti-drug project sharply reduced dealing, mostly crack cocaine, and dealers in 4 other neighborhoods in the past year. The project involved residents, got bushes and trees planted or pruned, added more streetlights for safety, and beefed up police patrols. In San Jose, Isabel Duran, News Center 4.
Hope it works.